everybody. I'm Will.
And I'm Kristen.
This is So I'm Watching Palm Royale, Season 1, Episode 8. Maxine Saves a Whale.
Yeah. Okay. Weird. Super weird episode.
You seem like you.
Well, okay. It's the same thing we've said every week. Oh, fuck. I didn't turn the other cameras again. I don't know, man. This episode was weird, right?
Yeah.
I'm just more baffled than anything, so I don't know what to say. I don't know where to start.
Okay. I just rewatched episodes 1 through 5 with
Okay.
my mom, and so I'm feeling differently about the show. I'm mostly fine.
Okay.
I think it's fine.
Oh, I hate this. I hate the Mitzi and Douglas.
I mean, I was rooting for Douglas.
Yeah. He just, like, drunkenly had sex with Mitzi at the casino party.
Well, okay, so I was literally about to say, what he said to Robert, I guess, checks out, but no, it doesn't. And
sure, okay, there are things that sometimes you have to let go in a long-term relationship, but f***ing your wife's friend isn't one of those things.
Well, he claimed he didn't know who she was. They hadn't met. But
that
so
regardless,
that kind of almost makes it worse, because he's just willing
just
to do that willy-nilly.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. I'm just still enjoying it. It is very strange, and I hate that we started this off being like, it's like Ryan Murphy, but not, because it's better. And it's like Ryan Murphy. Yeah. It's very much where, at any given moment, what's happening makes sense given the previous scene and the next scene. But
not
it doesn't. Like I said, it's falling into that game of telephone thing. You were very, very angry about the misdirect with Mitzi and Perry and Douglas, and that I don't have any issue with. I
just, like, because I compared it to that episode of Bob's Burgers where they're doing dinner theater, and Linda is like, but I'm not the murderer. And then at the end, she goes, just kidding, the murderer is me. And the people are like, that's not a twist, that's a lie. And, like, so, okay, fine, the only person we actually saw her dance with was Douglas, but
was Perry. We saw her dance with Perry.
Okay.
And then in, like, the next scene, she was like, I met a guy, so we just assumed she was talking about Perry.
Yeah,
she was dancing with multiple people. It's a misdirect.
I hate it.
It's not... Well, it's... So I...
And if maybe only because he very specifically in this episode was like, I almost got caught. I'm not doing that again. And to Evelyn, he was like, I'm not going to blackmail Penelope. And then he went and talked to Penelope, and somehow, maybe he did end up blackmailing.
I guess.
Yeah, I don't...
And I don't love that, but it's not going to break the show. Well, I was just rooting for him. Like I said, in the first 3 episodes, he was giving me Golden Retriever. And everything since then. And I did say in the flashback with the aftermath of Penelope/Linda shooting Skeet, he was behaving extremely smarmily.
Yeah.
And I was still rooting for him. And so I guess what I'm taking now at episode 8 is that he is the villain.
Sure. Here's my issue with that, though, is that I feel like it's nothing but villains, and then Maxine just trying her best. And that's very frustrating to me as well.
It is a little bit frustrating that literally no one else realizes what an asset Maxine is.
It's unbelievable.
But the world is consistent enough that I'm just... this is an episode where Evelyn fell in love with a whale.
No, for sure.
It's very strange.
For sure, but I'm actually going to discount what you just said. I don't think this world is consistent enough at all. The 2 main factors of that being... Mary's weird change of heart, and then the fact that, like, nobody, and this goes back to the Ryan Murphy comparison, which is that nobody's motivations are consistent on an episode-to-episode basis, because Maxine and Evelyn have made peace no less than the amount of episodes we've had. They've made peace in every single episode, and then the next episode, it's like we've waxed off our memories, and we don't remember that anymore. And so that, I'm just like, so they make peace again in this episode, and then Evelyn falls in love with the whale.
They come to an understanding. That doesn't mean that the fundamentals of...
Okay, but this then, again, is like the 4th time they've decided to co-host the beach ball, and Evelyn keeps... And then her and Dinah just calling up all of the caterers and being like, no, don't bring that, bring sloppy joes instead. Okay. You know what I mean? It's like there's no consistency.
But it's also, sure, I absolutely understand what you're saying. And the thing, I think that I'm still, I think that my patience and or tolerance is slightly more.
Yeah.
I think I'll be where you are in 2 episodes.
At the finale?
I'm still looking at it as ebb and flow. I'm still looking at like sabotaging her. That to me feels very in character for Evelyn and Dinah.
But
even if they
what's
are
the motivation in this?
Embarrassing her.
Embarrassing her how?
For the beach ball. That a bunch of slop, no Joes, just no buns, just slop is going to show up.
Embarrassing Maxine.
Mm-hmm.
But what is Evelyn's motivation for embarrassing Maxine? Why does she want to embarrass Maxine again all of a sudden?
So that she'll be the queen?
She was going to be when she was co-hosting this event with Maxine. There's no motivation. It's very thin. And that's the other thing, too, is, like, I'm wearing a little, obviously, no shade to Carol Burnett. She is doing amazing still. It's very funny. But, like...
If anything, it's actually only working
because of Carol Burnett. But this is wearing a little thin now because she still just wants to murder Maxine. We have been given no indication why beyond she, like
stole Douglas away.
Douglas somehow. But, like... to the point where she dumps a bit. Where's Anne? Have we checked on Anne?
We'll get it. She'll just be dead.
She drank that grasshopper full of whatever Norma poured in it, and then
maybe she'll just get sick.
She still managed to dump Maxine overboard. Who knows how many miles out to sea? I mean, obviously, in the next episode, it's going to open with Maxine
on the beach.
Wet.
Thank you, whale.
Yeah, trudging back into the house.
Ooh, a bear.
But still.
Hey, at least they spent money on that goddamn whale.
They did. It looked great.
I can't argue with you. Yeah. I can't. You're right. I just, like I said, my patience, I'm watching it very heightened. It's a very heightened reality. And so the back and forths, yeah. Okay, so what I started to say with Norma is because they even established that the brake on her wheelchair was faulty.
Yeah.
And so I thought that's what was happening. Yeah, but then we had that unnecessary reveal that she did it on purpose. And I
would have preferred if it was an accident because she's trying to kill her and then it just accidentally happens. But...
So, okay. And again, I think at any given moment I'm fine with what's happening because is what I was thinking was going to happen. Like, it's funny, the notion that she's trying to kill Maxine.
Yeah.
That is, in a vacuum, funny.
Of course.
But what I was thinking was going to happen was that when they were talking while Maxine had the drink, Maxine was going to end up endearing herself to her and then she was going to have to try and
stop her from drinking
the drink. Yeah. That's what I was waiting for something to happen. And so I kind of keep waiting, and I think this is what you mean with what's Evelyn's motivation, what's Dinah's motivation is like...
Dinah's makes slightly more sense, but yeah.
They keep having these moments where you're like, okay, you've made peace. Like, you've found common ground. Clearly, everybody's position is dicey.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's position is not solid,
yeah.
is in flux. So why don't they see Maxine as the asset that she is?
Completely.
Because even, like I said, I just rewatched the first 5 episodes, and so a lot of what, and again, I was watching with my mom, and she just took it all at face value.
Yeah.
Like, oh, because that's what the show said. And so it's like, even the, like, women's libbers, that stuff made more sense to me watching it. The Mary thing, I just think is funny. And
again,
I guess
it is funny, but then she also then at the end of it is still like, "Where's my $75,000?" So I'm just
she'll go to the grave
baffled,
demanding that $75,000. It is sort of frustrating. It actually weirdly, this is better, but it reminds me of that Stepford Wives remake from 2004,
with Nicole Kidman.
Where it's like, given the caliber, how has nobody, like, where's the script supervisor? Like, how has nobody been like, okay, wait a minute, wait. We need to write, we're listing, and we need to write this.
To that point, I almost feel like maybe that was Laura Dern, and since we've established she had jury duty this week and just wasn't in the episode, she was like, I can see this one's going to be a doozy. I'll see myself out. She's just sliding notes to everybody under the door. She's not speaking because she killed her father. I'm not doing this. That's not what happened. You accidentally shot him 20 years ago. I'm not doing this with you.
I'm trying so hard and I can't. It's not good.
You're like, but it's good.
Well, like, I'm still having fun. I love Ricky Martin's stuff.
Still having fun.
I'm super invested in both his very dead war boyfriend, and who possibly was eaten by a shark and struck by lightning.
I have no idea.
Because he went night swimming in a thunderstorm at war.
In Korea.
So then he also hit like a missile or a bomb. I don't know. It was a lot. And then I'm extremely invested in the cop yeah. and him. And he did like he was like done with Maxine. But yeah. then when he's talking to Douglas, he goes on and on about how wonderful she is.
Well, then he's just somehow, the cop was like, don't come around here after 6. What else could that mean? And then he just like plumb forgot and brought Douglas there after 6 to have a meeting. So now they've both been arrested for gay behavior, I guess.
Buggery.
I don't know what laws were on the books in 1969 in Palm Beach, but yeah, I don't know. And then what my favorite part of this episode was that Evelyn stole Dinah's boyfriend.
It wasn't that she fell in love with the whale?
That was very funny.
It was so weird.
And then when Maxine started doing the whale calls, and Evelyn was like, "Where are you going? Don't leave me!" And it just like
it was dying, Evelyn.
It was dying. Yeah, it was definitely dying on that beach.
Oh, that only worked on Allison Janney's performance alone.
Oh yeah.
And I can't think of his name. The whale guy.
Oh,
he's Michael something.
Michael Hitchcock.
He is so funny.
Maxine just kept calling the whale a fish, and he's just like, "It's a mammal."
I'm torn with what is my job? what are we doing with this? Because the show doesn't know what it's doing. Yeah. So I'm like, are we recapping? Because Norma and Axel, who is now a huge character,
Dinah's elderly boyfriend.
Yeah. They used to be lovers, and then she was sent to boarding school, and he's still in love with her, and she, I guess, just doesn't give a flip. She did not react
seemingly
or
about anything. He also said, "Norma, are you still in there?" And she looked him dead in the eyes and said, "No." So, like, what the fuck does that mean, too? Like,
and Dinah did choose him over her boyfriend. And well, that's the other thing is like,
okay, no, she didn't. She laid everything out very precisely for Eddie and was like, I need him to take care of me so that I can take care of you. I'm 98% sure his junk doesn't work and he's 90 years old. Can you just cool it for like a little while longer? And fucking Eddie pulled a House of the Dragon, Sir Kristen Cole bullshit and was like, come run away with me and stop being princess.
Right now.
No, dude, do you not see how I'm trying to set things up for us to be solid in the future? Can you cool your jets for 5 minutes? Unbelievable.
And we have seen Eddie. Like, we have seen him on the show, but he had plot in this episode. It was like, he went from a day player to like a
he had plot and also like huge balls
ramifications
to suggest this kind of thing. No, that was really baffling to me. Whenever characters do something like that, we're like, you have to run away with me now or it's never. And I'm like, okay, never. Get out of here.
Did she ever tell him? I guess she didn't tell him about the baby.
I don't think so because he's, I believe, Catholic and would have been super against it.
I don't know.
Super weird. Super weird. Again, I am, like I said at the beginning, and like I'm gonna, and like you said, I am still having fun with this.
I'll be where you are, like I said, in 2 episodes. I'll be frustrated and baffled, and I'll be acting like it's brand new information, and you're gonna slap me live on tape just across.
So maybe Douglas just is fully the villain, and now he is blackmailing. And so he's with Evelyn blackmailing Penelope, because Evelyn wants all of Penelope's money because she can't live on $3,300 a week.
And
you can get, if for $3,300 a week, you can not live in that trailer. Because she's like really bummed about the trailer aspect of it.
Well, and I guess
it's $500 in 1969 money, but I looked it up.
Inflation calculator. Yeah. I guess it is just flat Douglas, because also when he was talking to Pinky, the number they needed was $2 million. But then when he was talking to Linda / Penelope, it was $3 million. Yeah. So I guess he's just the one doing all of this. Yeah. Which, if that's the case, I guess in spite of the fact that I was really rooting for him, I guess that would be, I don't know.
Well, it's sort of interesting, but again, then it just is Maxine literally and metaphorically at sea with 0 people on her side. And I just don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, obviously, because she makes that thing in this episode where she's like, you have to hang back and hug your runner-up. So it's like, obviously she's going to get out of it, but it's less fun. Like, I really wanted the women to, like, embrace her. And, like, we are way too deep into this show for that to happen
satisfactorily.
Yeah, now. So I'm just very, like, well, what's been the point of all of it? And also, like, if I'm Maxine, I don't want to hang out with you bitches anymore anyway. Take that freaking new bracelet from Douglas and go pawn it at that shop that's now inundated with jewels.
Priceless.
And get the fuck out of Dodge, man. I would leave. I would not care about Palm Beach anymore if this was happening to me.
We did mention that it has apparently been renewed, and if that is the case, maybe get another showrunner. This is giving very Disney Plus Marvel series where someone needs to be in charge, and I don't think there is.
I'm not sure.
But, yeah. So that was how we felt about...
Really bizarre.
Yeah, about Maxine saving the whale.
Yeah. All right, well, let us know what you think. Are you also baffled? I'm very curious. If it's just me, I'm willing to admit it. But I
don't think it's just
I don't think it is. So
I know Zach's having
similar issues.
A time, yeah.
You and me, Zach. We're on the same page. Same page. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll be back next week. So, bye.